shapes. So he's just got a round head like this. It's kind of like an upside down U shape, you know, letter U. All right. And then we're going to come out a little bit here and see if we can draw loose and relax with a pencil. You don't need to hold your pencil so tight right now, kids, because we are just roughing in, you know, drawing roughly and loosely the pose. Okay. There we go. So then come around like this, kind of like a happy face. That's the bottom of his jaws. All right. And now we're going to draw his body, which is sort of like a, starting from about here, it kind of just comes out a bit, like it's getting wider. And then it's just going to come around like that. This is just establishing the pose or gesture. All right. His pose, which is just a sitting down pose we're doing. Okay. Let's get his feet sitting down. All right, so it's going to be like a little curve here, and then followed by an opposite curve here. So this one comes up like that. It's almost the same, but actually this one's curved more. This one is curved a little bit less. Okay, and then we are going to get his bottom of his feet, which is sort of a oh, it's like a U shape. Take a look. It's a stretched out U. All right. And then out of that, we're going to just put his claws, which are triangular shapes. They're just sort of triangle shapes overlapping like that. Okay? Don't worry about being perfect on it. You can just draw a simplified version and just draw triangles there. Everybody draws different and in a different style. You can have your own style or way of drawing things. And we're just drawing in pencil, so you can always use your, what's this here?
Best friend.
That's right. To clean up your drawing and refine your drawing. We're going to be doing that more later. In the beginning, we're just establishing a sort of a rough pose, you know, first. Just a rough underdrawing, okay? So on this side here, we're going to sort of think of like a hill, curving, sort of a curved shape like that. Okay, see that curve there, right? Less curved actually, which is actually his foot. Okay. And then out of here, we're going to put his claws, which are just those triangular shapes. Just like that, overlapping. And then it's kind of squarish here. It's just kind of straight. See how that's kind of straight and that's kind of straight? And then it's going to curve in like this. And just like that. And over here, we're going to connect that to his bottom here, which is, see that? There's a curve here. There's a curve here, but see, that's much more of a curve. This is less of a curve. Okay? And I'm going to make that on this side too a curve, and then it's going to be round here like this. So I'm drawing it just a little bit darker here so you can see, and then I just clean up the lines I don't need. See, we started with that rough basic shape there to get us started, but now we can just draw a little bit darker, or just draw over your lines actually to draw to refine the drawing. Okay. All right. Now we're going to draw the inner belly, which is sort of like, again, it's like a U shape, the letter U. Think of the letter U, see? It'll be like this. And coming up like that. Okay? Okay, and let's draw his, we'll come back with his arms. We'll figure out how we're going to pose his arms in a moment. Okay, let's do his eyes and his facial features, okay? So, before we do that, let's refine the shape of his, I'm just going to refine the shape a little bit, show you here. So you can, like I say, you can just draw over the lines you had to refine the shapes here. If your shapes are looking good, you can leave it. Just clean it, that way you can see it too more. So starting right about here, leave a little gap here. Don't draw too close to the side. It's close to the side, but not too close. We're going to draw his eyes, and it's again, think of an upside down U. Okay? An upside down U shape, so like this. And then it's going to be kind of round like this. On the bottom, make it kind of round too. Round it out a little bit at the bottom. Okay, that's one eye. And now we're going to do the same to the other side. And then we're going to place it about the same place. You see that? Leave a gap here. Don't go too close to the side. Come up like an upside down U. Okay? All right. All right, now we're going to put his eyebrows in. We can just, we actually can, how we want to make his expression. I think just keep it simple like that, okay? right here. All right, and now we're going to do the inner details of his eyes. We're going to leave a little gap here. See this little sort of, it's getting wider here. Leave a little gap there coming down. It's sort of a triangular shape gap there. And I'll show you on this side the same thing. Starting from here, make sort of a line cutting coming down like that. See, it gets wider at the bottom. Same on both sides here, right? And then we're going to draw a wave shape here. So think about a wave, you know, an ocean. Comes up like that and then come down. And these don't need to be perfect. These don't need to be perfect, okay? There we go. Like that, sort of a wavy shape. Okay? And then we're going to draw like a sort of a stretched out circular shape here. Just a sort of droopy circular shape. An ellipse actually be the proper word for it. Okay. And we're going to just shade in all the areas here, like this. Shade, not all the areas, just these areas here. We're going to leave a gap on the side, a gap on the side. We're going to leave the wave shape. There we go. Okay, so let's get his nose in first. Right here, nose here and here. And then below that is this V shape. And it's going to come like that. Like that, like that. I'm going to turn my paper upside down to get this, to draw the shape of his mouth better. You don't have to do that, but you can try. And come there. There we go. And if you need to adjust things, you can. Let's just take a look here. Adjust the shape of that mouth. I'm going to adjust the side. I'm going to adjust his I'm adjusting his head shape here too to leave a little bit more room here on the bottom. There we go. That's why we work in pencil. We can make little changes. You don't need to get it perfect right away. Okay, so now we're going to draw in his fangs. Okay, so fangs are just triangular shapes. Like that. And like that. And then another one here, another one here, and his tongue, we're going to put it like this, and then we're going to shade in all this area here, there. Okay, and that's, again, okay, now we're going to draw his body now, I mean his arms now. Okay, so let's see, for his arms, how do you want to make his arms?
Like that.
Yeah, stretched out like he's hugging you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do that then. Okay, so just go like this. Make his arms kind of thick here, and it gets a little bit narrower here. Thick arms, but they're kind of short. And then just 3 little fingers. Very simple, 3 little fingers. All right, same on this side. Okay, so like that, and like that, into 3 fingers. There we go. He looks like he's ready to hug you. Okay. There we go. Okay, and you can just, you know, here's the side of his body. You want to point that out? There we go. Okay. You see how I'm just kind of refining shapes as I go along here? You don't have to do that, kids, but if you wanted to get the nuances in the shape, you can do that. We start off with basic shapes, and then we just refine and just keep on refining until you like it, or until things look a little bit more accurate. Okay, there we go. And once you've refined everything and got everything looking the way you want, then we can go to the next stage, which would be?
The inking stage.
That's right. Okay. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do the bottom of his foot, which is like this. Just drawing, just kind of like draw the same shape. It's curved at the bottom, it's kind of straight on top. Okay, so it's kind of straight like that on top, and it kind of comes down, and it kind of follows the shape here, like a U shape here. Okay, now we're going to do his tail. So let's see here. Let's put his tail, I'm going to put his tail right here on this side here. let's start it right about here. And just curve it up. And it comes narrow like that, and then just put a little bit of flame here. And the flame shapes are kind of wiggly triangular shapes or cloud shapes. And there we have it, our Charmander. All right, let's take a look here. Charmander. Okay. If you like what you got, kids, we can grab our ink pen. You've got the fangs.
Oh yeah.
Do the fangs first. So get everything down in pencil first. Okay? That'll help us in our next inking phase here. Okay, so grab something to ink with. We're just using a Sharpie here. And we are going to ink it. Okay, so for inking, you just want a nice clean line now. So at first we just did it very rough to start off and built our drawing up by drawing over it and erasing if we need to. Now we're going to draw more perfectly. We're not going to draw sketchy now and loose. We're going to draw, we can hold your pen a little bit more, get a better grip on it, and then we're going to do long fluid lines now. Here, I'll give you a demonstration here. So I'm going to start with the top of his head here. So you just come long fluid lines like that, all right? Are you ready to
Time lapse?
That's right! 3, 2, 1, time lapse! Okay, now once you've got it inked, we can take out our best friend here and clean up all the pencil lines.
Okay.
Well, we hope you had fun drawing Charmander with us.
Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys in the next video. See ya!